And thank you for joining us today for this amazing filmmaker interview. I'm Sophia Lucia Parola with Garden State Film Festival. This year, from March 21st through March 24th, 2024, you can check out the 22nd annual Garden State Film Festival in Asbury Park, New Jersey, and Cranford, New Jersey. You can come check out. There's 200 films this year from 14 different countries, all different types of films. And one of the films you get to check out this year is a homegrown short film called Daddy Issues. Here with me to talk about this film are some of the people. We're coming in and out, but it's all good. We'll roll with the punches. We got some of the amazing people who were a part of making it. And our writer director is going to join in. She was just here. She'll come back in, but how about we go one by one and introduce ourselves and the titles in the film for now? Starting off with you, Paul.
Sounds good. I'm Paul Amarice, and I was the producer for Daddy Issues.
I'm Grace Kiley. I play Barbara.
Adam Harrington. I am Barbara's son, and right now I'm literally forgetting the name of the character.
All good. Barbara's son works.
Yes.
It'll come back to you. And we also have Aaron.
Thoughts.
Sorry, what, Adam?
If anybody has any thoughts or can help out,
oh, you produced the film.
Yeah, I know. Now you're putting me. Now I'm having a hard time now because I'm looking at you and I'm saying, "Oh yeah, Adam."
I'm gonna tell you right now what your name was, Adam, and you played Danny.
Danny, thank you.
You played Danny in the film, and you played him well. Even if you don't remember the name. No. I was telling them before we started the live, guys, I'm such a fan of this film because it is funny, it is witty, it's all the things you love about film, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about it. Erin is our writer-director. She's going to come back on, I'm sure, but let's just get right into it while we're here. Paul, you produced the film. Can you tell everybody a little bit about Daddy Issues, if that's all right?
Sure. So Daddy Issues was written and directed by Erin. The way she came up with the concept is, from what I understand, and when we talked about it, it's about a mother who is sort of going through like a little bit of a midlife crisis. And I mean, she's kind of past the midlife crisis level, but her and her son are going out to enjoy a dinner with each other. And basically, things get a little crazy because for a while she's been sort of seeing her dead husband, and the jig is up basically when they're at dinner, and Danny, played by Adam, is sort of going through the process of trying to understand what's going on with her. But most of the scene carries through where Barbara is carrying on with Danny, and then also carrying on with her dead husband, which, nobody can see at this moment. So you sort of, from an audience perspective, you sort of think she's crazy. And then becomes a moment where we're all in on the joke. She actually does see him, and she is speaking to him. And so most of the film shows her trying to convince Danny that, wait, you don't see him? Like, he's here. My life is so much fresher and fuller. And as they go through the whole process, there's Aaron. I could probably have Aaron carry on. Hey, what's up, Aaron? We can't hear you.
We can't hear you, but as soon as I have a question for you. Oh, there you are. Yeah. All good. We just started just hearing about the film through Paul.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah. I figured
that's awesome.
Yeah, but you should carry on, Aaron, because I know you probably have a much clearer perspective than what I'm giving out. I feel kind of bad giving the writer's perspective.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
Aaron, I mean, little synopsis about the film and your inspiration for writing it.
Sure. So a synopsis of the film, it's about a mother and son and kind of like their dynamic and what happens between them and in relation to kind of their own family history. Part of the inspiration for the film came from my own experiences becoming a mom and feeling like, who am I, right? Like, your definition of self can shift so much as a woman, and often when people become mothers, we really lose a little bit of an aspect of the life that we've had before. There's this wonderful quote that's basically like about the unlived lives of our parents are the children's biggest burden. And I feel like there's a lot of relevance in that, in the sense of how do we, I apologize, I'm in a car and there's a lot going on. My phone overheated a second ago. That's why it just like shut down. Just Murphy's Law. These things happen. And you roll with it. So that was kind of the main idea for the exploration of it. And it's about regret, right? It's about who do we actually know who our parents are? Do we know how they lived before they met us? Are they allowed to have fully explored lives? What does that mean? What does that mean for a child seeing your parent have a different expression of self that could make you incredibly uncomfortable? Speaking more specifically, like in a sexual sense, or seeing your parent in a relationship with somebody and you're like, that's not normal, or being used to someone being in a shade of emotion one way, like they're generally unhappy or something, and then seeing them happy, and it's almost like frightening because you're so used to them being a certain way. And I think for family, those dynamics can be kind of tricky. And so that's part of what we kind of explore there. It's humorous. I think there's always truth in humor, and that's when it's like really hits and it's funny. Another big part of how this whole project came about is I met Adam Harrington, who's the lead actor. We met through mutual friends during the pandemic and kind of were like, we should do a project together. And then this kind of came together. I had the idea. I was like, I think this will be fun. I sent it to Adam, and then it just kind of rolled from there. It's created a wonderful, wonderful team. Paul, who I've worked with many times, who's like a brilliant producer and amazing go-getter, and also just great friend, and kind of the person that I'll call and be like, I don't know if this can happen. And he's like, you can do it. So he's like a great person to have on your team. You always want somebody who's encouraging and believes in you. So Paul was a huge asset, and Adam, obviously right from the beginning was like, cool, let's do it. Sounds fun. Let's go. And Grace has been, a mentor to me as an actor. She's an incredible actor. I met her at Stella Adler when I was studying there, and have continued to study with her on and off through the years. She has her own acting studio. I'm probably taking everything that these people would be saying about themselves anyway, but will always, boast their praises and like sing their genius, because I really truly believe that, and I think that's what makes our film so special. Grace's role is very, very, very tricky, and that was a role I was really nervous about casting, and she did the reading for it, and she nailed it, and she was brilliant. She's absolutely brilliant in it. So I'll pass the baton now to
Let's hear about these lead actors that just make this film. I mean, all the elements of this film are there, but you guys kill it, and are just so talented. You blew me away with your talent, but also it's the comedy. You're just so good at playing these comedic roles. So tell me, why did you say yes to this role, and what it was like playing Danny and the mother and Barbara?
So saying yes was easy, as Aaron just kind of mentioned. We had met, and it was, I mean, I feel like it was pretty early on after through mutual friends. I had like a social with her husband and my partner. We hung out maybe 2 or 3 times socially, and then it was like, she was like, I have an idea for a movie, let's do it. So it was very quick. There's so many throughout my life. I lived in LA for a long time, in New York. People have ideas and they're like, we should do this, and 9 times out of 10 nothing happens, because it's like, and I'm talking about myself with that as very much. So it was super inspiring to see how motivated Aaron was of like this idea, saw it from the beginning, and just in a very relatively short period of time it came to fruition and happened. So that was awesome. And in the part, it's like she's done a lot of sketch and improv, so have I. So it felt very much to me as like a short film, long form sketch, like an absurdist kind of sketch, which I love, and in playing kind of like I guess, yeah, a straight man type character to something about like craziness going around, which I also, for me, just personally, I love to play. I'm drawn to that. So everything just felt great. And Erin had said, she's like, I don't know if Erin, you had the idea at all before meeting me, or it was like a seed, or it was more like having met me. She was like, I have this idea. It was like she cast. It was in the same moment of becoming friends. She was casting.
Meant
to
be.
Do that. I tend to do that sometimes. I don't meet people and they're like, "Oh, I'm an actor," or "Oh, I'm this or that," and I'm like, immediately, I'm like,
yeah,
the wheels, yeah.
That artist brain. Grace, what attracted you to the role of Barbara, and how was playing this character? Have you played a character like her before? Tell me about your experience.
No, I haven't. And that's unfortunate because as you get older, you want a character that is a real human being, not a stereotype. You know, so many of them are, you've got dementia or you're a cougar or something like this. But I wanted to say the one brilliant thing that Erin said to me early in the rehearsals is she's, after a read through, she said, you know, this isn't method. And I can nail method. She said, you know, this is different. And she said a couple of words. And I realized, yeah, there's a passion, there's an energy, and you find it and you just hook into that. And the script does all the work. That's what's gorgeous about this kind of project. And it being a short too. I mean, they're often like chopped up and you're doing a little bit of this and that. And you don't get the opportunity of being fully engaged in a dramatic arc, you know. And so this one gives it to you. And I think it's a real treat to have that from a writer. And so, you know, where we shot, the environment was just right. Everything was just right. And for me, what was glorious about it is it was full of passion. Who doesn't want to go there? You know, give me an opportunity to just drench in passion and romance, you know? So I just loved it. And I love the opportunity. And Barbara and I we want to just rock on, you know, this can't be the end of the trail.
No, I hope it's not. I really could see Daddy Issues going some places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to say the other thing, just that the sentence that Erin said in the beginning, the worst, I want to say, nightmare for children is when they inherit their parents' misfortunes, you know, unfulfilled lives. And I believe that so much. And I thought it was just so wonderful to bring that into a story like this. I think it's just a really excellent message. So there's so many dimensions to this. It's fantastic.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I love this. We're already running out of time, but Paul, Erin's singing your praises. You're a brilliant producer. What makes you a brilliant producer? What went into producing Daddy Issues that made it a success?
Well, I think that title of brilliant producer was really like over the top, which I appreciate, Erin. Thank you. I think the thing about Daddy Issues that was really a challenge from a production standpoint is we really didn't have a huge budget, and we were able to pull this thing together using a very small crew, pulling a lot of favors from a lot of really special people. And Erin and I had the opportunity to work many years together in the commercial world. And we were so blessed to have wonderful, wonderful people surround us. And so, you know, neither her nor I had ever really gone to the extent of having to call those types of favors in, but we chose this project to do that. And we were able to just pull everything together very organically. And when you use really great people, really great crew, and really professional actors like what we had on this shoot, it all came together with this synergy. And I feel that for this production, it was really helped by that, having great people, great talent, all put into one place. And we shot it in one day. I mean, we shot this thing in one day. Yeah, we shot in a 12-hour day.
Wow.
We shot it for a budget that was very teeny tiny. and that's shooting it and editing it. I mean, we got a super talented editor, thanks to Adam, good friend of his, that he introduced to us. And I mean, everything just came together in a great way. And I truly believe that when you have a project that comes together easily like that, it's usually a special project. I find that sometimes you find those projects that you get into and you really think it's going to be great, and then it's almost like tugging and pulling, and it's difficult at every turn. I mean, not saying this happens all the time, but sometimes you have those projects and then they don't really get as good as you want them to be. But when you have that, synergy of everything really coming together so nicely, you get this beautiful product at the end. It's so satisfying. So that's what we had at this. And I'm so grateful to have worked with this entire crew that we have on this call. And I'm also grateful for all the people that put their time and effort into this film, because it's really a special film for all of us.
Yeah, you could tell all the elements. Everyone must have been on it, because the film's phenomenal. Aaron, I don't know if this was correct, because my mind is blown if it is. Is this your writing and directorial debut? Did I read that correct in your? I can't believe it. One Day Shoot. It's your writing director. I'm amazed. What did you learn that other people can take from you, and that you'll take with your next project?
Oh, prepare, and always know you're gonna run out of time. I think if you ask any filmmaker, they'll always say, I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time. We were able to do what we were able to do because we had a fantastic team, and Paul and I, coming from the commercial world, and the people that we pulled in from the crew side, a lot of commercial people who were used to, okay, like, we're getting it done. Like, this is happening now. And I had worked with our actors. We had some rehearsals, and I think I got everybody really comfortable and really familiar with the material. So we weren't having questions on set so much. We had done some of the blocking at rehearsals. We had worked through some different things. And to me, it was really important. I like to see stories tied with like colors and visually come together in a certain way. And so I made sure that like certain characters are wearing certain colors because it's tying into an emotional aspect that they're in right then. The waiter's in black and white because he's seeing things very black and white. The hostess, she's very colorful because she's kind of seeing all of the colors of the situation. Danny's character is in blues, very muted. Barbara's character, she's in beautiful red because she's blossoming. She's in the love phase. And so there's all these like little details to me that not only I think can kind of subconsciously help talk to an audience, but like for me as the director would kind of remind me, this is where this person is. This is who this person is. This is where we're going with this. So, I mean, I that to me was very helpful. That was one of the things that I learned. And I also learned, because it was my first time, there were moments I was very intimidated, but to have people you trust on set with you, my crew was fantastic, my actors, fantastic, everybody was ready. It's really to be absolutely as prepared as you can. There's no over preparation, at least in my mind. It's like prepare, because things are going to go wrong. That's just, but if you're super prepared, it's easier to handle it,
Absolutely. Yes, thank you for sharing. And quickly before we hop off here, Adam and Grace, I'd love to hear something that you can give other actors or storytellers. You did this in one day. You guys are both just so talented, and you played the comedy so well. You really made me laugh, which I think isn't easy to do. So, what would you say is really important as an actor? How do you pull it off?
I would say it would also be to prepare, right? For especially in a short shoot that I knew it was going to just be one day. So in knowing that things will probably go wrong, so you don't want to be the person that is the reason why things are going wrong. So that's like the number, because there's going to be so many other things that the director is going to be rightfully so worrying about. Like directors, I don't know. I think sometimes actors have an expectation of like, is this all going to be like just giving me all this like direction? No, it's not really going to happen. So yes, there can be moments if you have a dialogue like, what do I need here? Or can you just give me a couple words of advice or something? But for the most part, you have to just be prepared. So, and know, and then just be in it. I had an amazing scene partner. So that's why it was actually, I mean, that is why it was easy. So
Right.
I would say, like, just make sure that the casting is right, even though actors don't have any say in that, because if it is, your job is so much easier. If it's not, that's a whole other conversation that's we don't have time for.
Grace.
Yeah, there is that feeling with when you see your scene partner, you start working, you just think, boy, am I lucky, you know, we can go somewhere. But what's critical, I would say also, is the relationship with the director. And if the actor and director feel trusting and connected when you go on set, there's gonna be a bond there, and that bond is gonna stay in place. And it allows you to just drop in and be comfortable. I would say the other thing is you need to know where that character lives in you. And once you find it and turn that light on, it's going to go, and you want to be relaxed and just go with it. The other thing about just the relationship with the director, I felt just I had permission to really kind of go for it. And that's just such a treat. You don't have a director saying, no, stop, that, you know, cutting you up in little pieces, little segments, so you feel disjointed. So there's really, I think the chemistry and the bond on set is just really important.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, guys, congratulations to every single one of you. You're obviously very good at what you do, and Daddy Issues is, like I said, it's one of the, it's just so good. I'm really excited for audiences at Garden State Film Festival to watch it. Let me tell you how you can see Daddy Issues. It will be playing Saturday, March 23rd. Film block starts at 6:15 p.m. in Asbury Hotel. Definitely come check it out. Will I get to see any of you there?
Yep.
I can't
be
be
there.
there. I'm bummed.
Adam. All right.
Yeah, we're going
we'll
to
see
have
you guys
the
there.
whole cast. Yeah.
Yeah, there will be other people, not me.
Well, thank you guys so much. And it's
Thank you.
homegrown. So what an amazing place to screen this in Asbury Park,
Yeah.
New Jersey. Thank you again for taking the time out to talk to me. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And I will see you at the festival.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you so much.